The 2020 Association for Accounting Marketing Marketer of the Year Award is sponsored by Inside Public Accounting. IPA has honored high-performing firms across the nation for more than 20 years. IPA helps firms become more profitable, growth-minded, and forward-thinking. IPA's unique insight, practice management tools, and data analysis stand out in a world of information. Providing powerful practice management reports and custom insight tools, IPA helps improve client firm operations. IPA publishes an award-winning monthly newsletter along with the highly regarded annual National Practice Management Report, utilized by hundreds of accounting firms across North America and abroad. It is the most comprehensive analysis of the nation's accounting firms. Annually, firms entrust IPA with detailed financial and operational information to be ranked as an IPA 400 firm and to be named an IPA Best of the Best firm. Now, here to present the AAM Marketer of the Year Award, welcome Editor of Inside Public Accounting, Christina Camara.
This is the 7th year that Inside Public Accounting has sponsored the most prestigious award in the accounting marketing profession, and I'm delighted to tell you about this year's winner. The theme of this year's summit centered on revolutionizing professional services marketing. While we couldn't gather together in Philadelphia this year, we have been connecting online and sharing the creative, innovative ways firms are helping clients through the pandemic and economic downturn. Clearly, accounting firm marketers have accepted the unprecedented changes taking place, and they're finding new ways, maybe even revolutionary ways, to help their firm succeed. The 2020 Marketer of the Year has led change at her firm, from a small department creating marketing collateral 10 years ago to the sales and branding powerhouse it is today. At this firm, marketing and sales are tightly linked, and she leads numerous initiatives to deepen the sales culture there. One is a public speaker training program. Another is a business development training for early career professionals. And then there's a sales entrepreneurs program for principals that takes 2 to 3 years to complete. The sales entrepreneurs produced over $700,000 in new sales in fiscal year 19. The Measurable Results branding campaign is one of her most successful initiatives as ever. Measurable Results is the firm's tagline, and to illustrate the point, 57 clients have shared their stories of how SVA helped their business succeed in 2-minute videos and or written stories. The firm CEO says Measurable Results isn't just a branding exercise, it is the benchmark by which the firm measures its own success, and it's the driving force in how the firm serves and attracts clients. In addition to her work on numerous firm committees, she volunteers for the Girl Scouts, Susan G. Komen Foundation, and the Symphony Orchestra in her community. She is responsible for a $1.2 million marketing budget and supervises a staff of 8. She and her team not only promote the CPA firm, but 3 other business entities: SVA Wealth Management, SVA Trust Company, and SVA Consulting. I'm pleased to announce the 2020 Marketer of the Year, Annie Somermeyer, Director of Business Development at Madison, Wisconsin, based SVA CPAs. Hey, Annie, congratulations. It's great to see you.
Thanks so much. Well, that was quite the introduction. You kind of took my whole background. I wanted to say thank you to you, as well as IPA, who sponsors this award, and certainly AAM, who every year takes the time to find the incredible talent around the United States that's helping their firms from a marketing perspective. So it's an honor to be here. Also, a special thanks to our CEO, John Baltus, our COO, Jennifer Hoig, and one of my team members, Patrick Ryan, who's our digital media manager, for actually nominating me. It's really an honor to represent the SVA firm this way. And a special shout out to my team. Wouldn't be sitting here without them. Incredibly talented group of people that I just adore working with every day, and I feel very blessed that they're part of my team. So thank you.
Great. So Annie, let's talk a little bit about your background. Now, you've worked in special education, retail, virtual training, TV advertising, insurance sales, interior design. So how did all these experiences, come together to help you succeed at SVA? It's really diverse.
Yeah. My career has taken a lot of different curves, and I don't know if you could say that I get bored easily, or I like change. I like new things coming at me at any given time. I think actually all of that culminates into a great marketing person, actually, because things change so fast in the market. They change so fast in business. And I think it's really taught me so many different skills. Through every company I worked for, I was given a new kind of opportunity to grow and develop my skills as well as contribute to that company in a different way. So when I came to SVA 12 years ago in the CPA firm, it was really an opportunity to use a little bit of my teaching background, my corporate training background, my sales background, my marketing background, and kind of bring it all together to try to create the end result of the vision that the company was looking for, which was creating a sales-oriented culture.
Wow, great. So speaking of sales, you said business development is really relationship development. So tell me more about that.
Sure. When I started here, we had a very traditional marketing communication department here, and I'm a sales gal, kind of true and true. I think we're selling something almost every day we're here. So I felt like that was a little bit, we needed to go further than that. But the word sales isn't always the most acceptable term, and certainly not 12 years ago in a professional services firm. So business development, a little less harsh, right? It feels like something we should all be a part of. And then when you look at business development, whether it's the marketing side or whether it's the sales side, you're really spending time developing relationships with people. And then it becomes even a step back further from an intimidation perspective. And you just talk about, how do you start a conversation with a business? And how do we help each other become successful? And it's less about pushing information, but rather drawing in, which is very relationship driven.
Yeah. So, we're talking about sales, business development, and you feel it's really important to have a culture that, embraces business development. So maybe you can describe some of the initiatives that you've led.
Sure. Well, when I first started here 12 years ago, one of my first positions was, or first opportunities, I guess, was to rebrand the firm. So in order to rebrand a firm, you have to know what that firm is all about. And I think that really started sort of my sales journey inside of SVA. I've created a lot of different programs along with help with our sales manager, my sales team, and the rest of the team. We first brought in a program called Baseline Selling, which, if you've heard of Dave Curlin, this was really his initiative that I found. It was actually recommended to me from another person that I used to work with at another company. And baseline selling is a non-intimidating kind of sales training that you could create custom. You could customize it. So it's really, how do you take a prospect around the bases? So it had a sports analogy, which always works well when you have a lot of guys on your team. And then from that, that was kind of our introduction to sales. We started a group called Sales Strategist. We did a sales development series. We did something called Focus Forward. We were trying anything and everything in terms of creating a sales culture, because the more you do it, the more you talk about it, the more it's top of mind, the more opportunity for it to develop. Correct? Most recently, we brought in our Sales Entrepreneur Initiative. That was something 3 years ago that Lee Schwartz, our sales manager, and myself kind of contrived with the leadership at that time. And we have some great, obviously, results that you had talked about in your introduction from that group of principals that we feel like we hand selected, but they were definitely supported by the CEO of our company. And then Art Kusel has a program called JVBD, which is for young people in their careers, starting out their career. So he has given us the opportunity to also take that kind of off-the-shelf training that he provides and modify it and customize it for our team as well. So that's been a really wonderful experience for our young people. And we're in year 1 of that particular program. So lots of things we've tried, some of which I have to say haven't been all that successful. But, you got to fail a little bit to continue to keep trying something new. So that's what we do.
Right.
And
Right.
very supportive leadership team in terms of letting me try new things.
Great. So one of the things that your leaders really like and the judges were really impressed by is the measurable results campaign. So tell us about how that came about and what led you to really kick it into high gear.
Sure. When we needed to rebrand the firm because it was called Subi Van Hayden, which was our founding fathers, you either think of a law firm or you think of an accounting firm. But we were a professional services firm with many entities underneath it. So as we rebranded into SVA, because they had some significant investment into those initials, and it's a nice way to continue to honor those founding fathers, we had to come up with a tagline. So I was still learning about the organization. I had started my career here with SVA Consulting and moved into the CPA firm. And I didn't know that much about it. I don't have a CPA background. I don't have an accounting background at all. So I needed to understand, well, what makes this company tick? So it was really the partners and the shareholders all getting together with me and them letting me just ask them all sorts of questions. What makes you different? What makes you successful? What makes your clients successful? How do you like to be thought about in the market space? And I think all of that kind of led me to, they were very proud of the successes of their clients. And when you think about that, and then you think about our entities, well, we measure stuff in the accounting firm. We measure stuff when you do investments. We measure stuff in technology. So measurable results just seemed to be a perfect fit for the time. And the marketplace was all about good people, good service, we're here for you, all that kind of stuff. But nobody was really talking about, but what do you actually do? So actually providing results was a significant change in the marketplace, and I think a good differentiator at the time. And we actually just love working on these stories with clients. It's just a lot of fun for our team.
Great. So last year you did, I think, 8 last year. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you really kicked it up.
Actually, our CEO, John Baltus, kicked it up.
All right.
So usually we do about 3 or 4, sometimes 5 a year, not usually 8, but John has been a strong supporter of measurable results from the very beginning. He's been a big believer, and as your introduction said, he really believes it's a differentiator. So he really got the word out that work with the BD team, let's get some more stories in here. So yeah, it was really fun to do the 8. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, it's great to have that support from the top. So I have to ask you the last question, which is, I'm sure there are some AIM members out there who are jealous of your budget and your team, and they're saying, well, how can I make an impact if I have a small budget and a small team or no team at all? So do you have any thoughts on that?
I do. And people would be surprised that actually I probably have pushed the budget back over a number of years. And I think it's less about the money and it's really more about the impact that you're making. So regardless of how big or small a budget is, it has to do something for the firm. And you need to be able to prove that out with some sort of data or measurement yourself. So I really think it's not about big dollars, but big results. And it all starts with understanding and knowing the business of your business. How do you make money? Where are you most profitable? What things have been successful in the past? Who are your key clients? Why are they key clients? Really getting to know all about the business of your business and what makes that tick. So then you can go out in the market and talk about the other people's business and figure out, well, how does that coincide or how does that sync up with mine? So really, where are you making money? Where do you want to make more money? How do you want to service your clients? I just think it's not about the size of your budget that counts. From a team member's perspective, you know, I think my most senior person has been here 10 years and probably my most junior 5. So we've been building the team over time, and it's really based on need, because the more successful you are in the marketing initiatives that you do, the more of them you have a tendency to want to do, right? And bring those leads. In the marketing department, your main job in our world anyway is lead generation. And you can't necessarily do that without some specialty people helping you with that. So the more you want to do, the more people you need to help assist in that.
So what I'm hearing you say is, show some curiosity, ask a lot of questions, learn the business of accounting. And, I think that's good advice for all of us, right? So with that, I'll just wrap up and say thank you very much, Annie. And I'm glad the members could get to know you a little better. And congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. It's a huge honor. I really appreciate it.